All right, I'm going to call this meeting to order. An executive session was held in advance of this meeting to discuss personnel, contract, and legal matters. If everybody could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. At this time, do we have any public comments on agenda items only? Okay, we do have one that came in online. This is from Mr. Peter Bard of Hazel. I think it may be Hazelton. He only put Hazel. I'm not sure what's going on there. He would like to state he just wanted to thank the board and the administration for passing such a fiscally responsible and well put together budget. Thank you very much, Mr. Bard. A little bit of a shameless plug there, but I think we'll let it slide.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a motion to approve the minutes for the May 9th regular board meeting, June 6th policy committee meeting, and June 6th caucus meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I wish they had joined us here for this next one. We have a motion to appoint Leah Allwelt and Madeline Wilson as student reps to the board for the 2023-2024 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'm looking forward to having them back to join us when the school year gets started again. Some informational items there, linked to treasurer's reports and fund summaries. And next up is a motion to approve the following payment of orders. Insurance check and wire transfers for $298,881. General fund prepaid list 1 for $50,800.54. General fund prepaid list 2 for $19,333.19. And the general fund check summary for $137,022.93.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up, we have a motion to approve the payment of July bills.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is the general fund budget and a motion to approve the 2023-2024 general fund budget totaling $36,426,198.31, including the supporting tax rates below. And we should mention one more time, there was no tax increase. Any change you may see in your real estate bill is due to the rebalancing of the mill rates due to the state equalization board.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, at this time, Dee will take a roll call vote.
Mr. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Carmo,
Yes.
Mrs. Singley,
Yes.
Mrs. Wilt, Dr. Rubish,
Yes.
Dr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next up is a motion to adopt the 2023 homestead and farmstead exclusion resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And next up is a motion to authorize the purchase of cafeteria equipment to replace some existing equipment to improve the food service experience for students. Any purchases would utilize the bidding or CoStar's purchasing process.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Just a question for clarification. This is not going to
have any effect on our budget due to the fact that there are funds currently in the cafeteria account that will pay for this. There's a zero effect on our budget, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to reject all liquid propane bids that were received.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to recommend the board approve the workers' compensation insurance renewal with UPMC Work Partners at a premium of $64,640 at the recommendation of our workers' compensation broker, Gallagher, and authorize the assistant to the superintendent for finance and operation to sign the binder for coverage.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to authorize Chester Holmes to make budget transfers as part of the year-end financial statement audit. A full report of budget transfers will be provided to the board upon completion of the audit.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the transfer of $15,332.03 from the general fund to the cafe fund to write off lunch bad debt.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question about when you're saying it's prior to 2021, 2022. Wasn't that a year that the lunches were free? Why do,
So it's debt that occurred prior to that year, not necessarily years when debt was, or when lunches were free. It could have been also a la carte items, debt that occurred from that, but it could have been years prior to that as well. So what's considered to be bad debt is anything prior to those years. Those are years we unfortunately cannot do the process to be able to collect.
and we're not allowed to use the cafe fund to pay for
Unfortunately, we are
cafeteria purchases.
not, based upon the procedures and regulations according to anything with United States Department of Agriculture, we cannot utilize that fund to offset debt.
Okey-dokey, thank you.
Any further discussion? Anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to appoint the following solicitors: Daniel Altland, Carl Beard, and Stock and Leader.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Another year of suffrage. All right. Next up is a motion to approve the following 5 independent golfers for the 2023-2024 school year. Looks like they're all juniors listed there.
A question on this, why do we have to approve them?
I think, go ahead.
Well, I think it being an independent
Okay.
sport at this time, that's the reason. Because it's not, we haven't declared it a sport formally yet at this point. It's independent of our particular program. So you're approving that that they can participate in the same regard as.
And I can speak, I don't know what it is for golf, but for swimming, it's a PIAA regulation that you have to approve, the school board has to approve any independent swimmers that are representing your school, because they're going to be wearing Susquenita, they're representing Susquenita, even though we're not financially supporting them.
Okay, did we approve indoor track and field?
I believe indoor track and field was a club.
Okay. Okay.
But it is a good point, though. We probably should approve them because they did represent, they were wearing Susquenita uniforms when they
You
did.
could argue
so-
it's an extension of outdoor track. I mean, it's the same kids, for the most part.
No, it
A
wasn't.
PIAA sport, though?
No.
It's recognized,
Recognize they do have state championships in indoor because they announced the kids at the outdoor track meet said this kid was the indoor wild.
yeah, but PIAA does not run that meet. That is run by the Track and Field Coaches Association.
How-
So that could be
however,
the answer,
But I
a
would say,
PIAA sport.
wait, though, wait,
of our
just- excuse
recent
me,
pol-
just 1 second in regard to that. It is a listed sport on the PIAA athletic, on the athletic, help me out, physicals. Of that paperwork, indoor track is one of the sports that's listed
in
there.
light of some of our recent policies that apply to students participating in school-sponsored athletic events, I think we should approve them so that we could officially say they are participating in a school-sponsored event.
Well,
And this past year was really the first year we had more than
A handful. Yeah.
I mean, the years past, we have a couple kids that might, hey, we're going to get this officer on their own. This year we have 16.
No, I don't think so. For indoor track,
Yeah, yeah.
that competed?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
really?
Not
Wow.
all at the same meets,
Okay.
but overall, yeah, I would say that would be about the right number.
I mean, seriously, just that's
Do we have a coach yet to work with them, the golfers?
yeah, Adam and Jack.
Okay.
Same guy did last year.
Has he been approved?
And then,
Do we need to approve him?
Yeah. Do you have to approve him for swimming? So, yes, I would think so.
That's part of the letter I write, like for swimming.
Yeah, but we were approved on a school board thing.
yeah, they weren't.
The coaches were approved. We had to have them approved. Again, that actually is something that's laid out as a non-swim school paperwork. So I don't know if the same thing applies to golf. I don't know. It's very clear for the PIAA what a non-swim school has to do.
So can I ask another question? Absolutely. So at what time do we consider making a golf team? Because in any other times, it's just been one or two kids, now it's five.
We talked about that.
Well, and quite honestly, I said, Mr. Kimchak, because he's been on me, create a team. I said, you have to prove we have enough. First of all, this is the first year we've had
This many.
enough. And then, is it going to be sustainable? And then, actually, Halifax is the athletic director. When I stopped thinking, hey, guys, I got independent golfers, give me the schedule to follow somebody. And they all want me to please. He said, Quiggs, if you make it a team, that actually helps District 3 in our league because we now qualify, we can qualify more kids. So, if we're going to do that, this would be an opportune time.
And,
But it is funding. It's
well,
money.
yeah, how much of a coach?
Coach, transportation, uniforms.
Well, it's a shirt. The uniforms is cheap.
Again, that's just me going to the PIAA site, clicking the, we now offer this, and then it gets added to my, it'll get added next year to my yearly report of teams.
Yeah, we'd have to look at financially what it would cost. Yeah. No, I meant like, yeah, it's more than just.
So what we can do is, Mr. Quigley and I will kind of brainstorm, as well as Mr. Funk, and look at the pros and cons of that and what the financial impact would be for the district, and then look at that and make a recommendation before August's board meeting, if that's the direction. Does that sound good?
And just one other quick question. In terms of Title IX, because it's a co-ed, it would not be an issue. Okay.
And that's how everyone in the Tri-Valley runs it, because I think it was last year, Upward Alton/Millersburg had a really, really good girl. St. Joe's had a really, really good girl. And they play with the guys, and they just, and then there's their own separate, as far as, if they qualify for districts and all that kind of stuff, but that's how we run it. That's how that would be run.
Just another comment, maybe question. I like the idea of, maybe I'm wrong, I like the idea of approving the coaches as well for these independent sports, because on some level, I feel like Susquenita, if they're wearing our uniforms, that Susquenita should have some, for lack of another way of saying it, level of authority to be able to dismiss a coach or to be able to say, we don't want you working with our children. I mean, If we're going to have someone coaching our children, I think they need to be board approved so that the board has an opportunity to remove them as coaches. If that, I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Now, one thing I will say is that, I'm sure, Mr. Timchak is a teacher, and he is also a coach in another sport. So it's, he was not, approved for golf per se, but he has.
But moving forward, I mean, regardless, I think,
Have Johnny,
correct.
shoes from outside.
And even, I like us approving these independent students as well, because I think they need to be approved, because we may choose not, for some reason, for one of those students to continue to participate on the team, if that makes sense. Say it again?
They fall under all the other regulations. If all of our regular school sponsor, I mean, they're under weekly eligibility, they're under all that, so they don't get
Okay,
lost just because they're an independent golfer, if that makes sense.
good.
All right, anything else on this one? Is anyone opposed to approving these independent golfers? All right, hearing none, motion carries. Next up, I'm going to make a motion to approve personnel matters 14A through G.
Can I ask a question about 13? I'm sorry. Are we approving the coach?
I think the
In that
takeaway,
motion?
no, I think,
We're going to do it in August?
yeah, I believe the takeaway was
Okay.
follow back up in August after the discussion about, or along with the discussion about potentially making it a formal team going forward. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and restate where I was before. I'm going to make a motion to approve personnel matters 14A through G.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Is there anyone opposed to any of these? Dr. Rubus, you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Hearing none, motion carries. Next up, going to make a motion to approve all of the listed contracts. So a motion to approve contracts 15A through O.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on any of these?
Just a-
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Go ahead. You can go first.
A. It says 9% decrease. What was it previously? What is it now?
That's for sports. It's in the sports column.
Does the total premium include all of the categories?
It does.
Oh, so it's 9%. It was 9% more than that? Okay, well then I don't need to know. I'm fine.
I have a question, but I'm not sure if this can be answered outside of executive session, so stop me, Dan. I thought we were looking at a bidding process for the physical therapy. Did we only get that one bid, or?
No, this was the least, the most responsible, most cost-effective provider.
Okay.
All right, any discussion on any of the other contracts, anywhere between A and O? Anyone opposed to the motion?
Did we move those? Did we actually move those, or did we go right into discussion on that? Did we move them? Okay.
There was a
I was
first
just
and
thinking that was, I thought for some reason we jumped right into discussion and we missed
no.
the moving. Okay, thanks.
Yep. All right, I'd say hearing none at this time, motion carries. Next up are some policies here. A motion to approve the first reading of policy 218.1 weapons policy.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the second reading of two separate policies here, policy 011, principles of governance, and policy 828, fraud.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to cancel the, let me start over. A motion to cancel the July 11th, 2023 Policy Committee and Caucus meeting and the July 18th regular school board meeting.
So moved.
A second.
Surprised everybody didn't yell on that one. Is there any discussion?
Can't we cancel August too?
I don't even know why I'm going to ask, but is anyone opposed? No, I didn't think so. All right, hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the Board Discipline Committee's recommendation for student 100109.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to accept a donation in the amount of $1,085 from the Rockville Estates Community Engagement Committee to be applied to delinquent lunch accounts.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'd just like to publicly thank the Rockville Estates Community Engagement Committee for their support and their continued support for all that they do for our community. So thank you very much for your kind donation.
I believe we all echo those same sentiments, so thank you. Anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, motion carries. And now we'll throw it over to Dr. Rubish for a career and technical update, followed by Blackhawk Foundation.
Okay, on the Career and Technical Center, they had their honors ceremony at the end of May. If you ever get the chance to go, it's really great. And I'm happy to say that we had 3 representatives up on the stage, Mr. Funk, Dr. Fox, and myself, because I remember the days one year I went when we had nobody on the stage. And how embarrassing was that when every other district had one? So I'm glad that we were present and accounted for that year. Career and Tech Center, we talked a little about that in the executive session, getting the finances straight this year. Hopefully start the building work next year, and taking 15 months then to finish it. That's kind of what they're shooting for. I don't know how practical that is, but we'll see. So, on to the Blackhawk Foundation. Golf tournament is coming up on June 30th. We are ahead in golfers from last year, and we are ahead on sponsors from last year. And I know last year Bill Lundberg, retired math teacher, participated, and he says, "How are you making any money off this thing? You're giving away 2 free meals, a souvenir." And I said, "Yeah, well, we want people to come back next year." And they did. And some of the people who couldn't come back this year personally got a hold of me and said, "Sorry, can't make it, a conflict." So it went over well. The one thing we're looking for right now from anybody is something to give away for raffle prizes. We're a little bit low on that. We could use a few more, and that goes for anybody who's listening out there. We'll take anything for that. So that's looking real good right now.
Does that mean you're running out of dirt?
I didn't think about that. The dirt. That's exactly the one. Yes. Okay. We can give away the dirt. Yes. 50-50. We started with that. This is kind of surprising to me. Personally, I have sold more 50-50 tickets to non-Susquenita people than Susquenita people. Now, I don't know what that means, but it is kind of odd. And I've gotten word back, well, $100 is a lot for a raffle. Yeah, you're right, it is. But if you look at it this way, it's a donation. It's a donation to the school district, to our students. And you can't find that as a charitable group to donate to. I don't know who you can find. And you receive the results here every week. And every time we meet at the board meeting, the Susquenita Blackhawk Foundation did this, they did that. It's time to invest back in. We need your help. We're doing okay financially, but we're still a small organization. We want to get bigger. We want to do big things. Okay. I told somebody from a foundation, they said, when I told them we put in the turf field, they said, oh, did the foundation do that? Are you kidding? He goes, well, our foundation did. Really? You have that much money? Yeah. Okay. That's what I want to be. I want to have that much money someday that we can do really big things. So if you haven't given yet, please look into doing it. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I will say I'm slightly disappointed because normally your updates end with you trying to peddle something on us. I'm assuming it was just the raffle tickets, but.
Yeah, I do have raffle tickets here tonight, and I can't take credit cards. So
Okay. Got to get the foundation signed up for a Venmo account, apparently. All right. Got quite a few informational items here. Just see the upcoming meeting schedule. However, it does say unless canceled, which we did succeed in doing that, so yay us. Some dispositional items there. I'm not sure. John, you need any of that stuff? No? Good.
No, I'm good, but several of those items will be up on Municipid for public review and sale.
I know Dr. Rubish at one point had expressed some interest in that 4-in-1 weight equipment for neck thing. I think it's like a head thingy. That could be fun. All right. At this time, we will look to see if there is anybody in administration that would like to provide anything.
Sure, absolutely. I'd like to once again congratulate the class of 2023. As you continue to soar, we ask that you please fly back and visit us as alumni. And with that said, each of you have extreme amounts of talents, so please come back and consider any way that you can to support our district and our community. We appreciate all that you've done, and we'll continue to welcome you back in any way that we can. Congratulations to our Blackhawk athletes. It was an incredible spring on the diamond, the field, and on the track. Our softball team was district runner-up and competed at the state tournament and faced off against, I believe, an undefeated North Penn Mansfield team. It was an incredible game and a great job on an incredible season to an incredible group of athletes. Our track and field team had excellent performances at the District 3 Track and Field Championships, sending approximately 34 athletes to districts. The girls 4x4, the boys 4x4 relay, Claire Wexler in the 300 hurdles, Logan Fryermuth in the 400, the boys 4x4, Alizea Reyes in the high jump. We also had, pardon? Yep, Samantha Wexler in the long jump, triple jump, and the 100 hurdles. And she went on to states to earn 3 bronze medals in both the long jump, the triple jump, and the 100 hurdles as well. So incredible. And I also like to thank the coaches. Track and field is one of those sports where it's an all-day carnival. It's a track and field fest. It's awesome, but it's long. And thanks to all the coaches who came out to support our athletes, it's a lot. Those invitationals are incredible, but they are long. And thank you very much for all that you've done and continue to do. We're gearing up for this summer for a tremendous amount of projects throughout our district. Our IT team, maintenance, and custodial teams have been hard at work. We'll soon be hosting summer camps, summer school, and extended school year programs. I'd be remiss if I didn't say we have outstanding opportunities available here within our school district, from teaching to paraprofessionals to our custodial support team. So please look at our website, contact us directly if you'd like more information, and come join and be a part of our great team. And once again, thank you to the Rockville Estates Community Engagement Committee for your kind donation. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Quigley.
Yeah, I just want to bring to everyone's attention, in August, we're going to have to, I want to have a discussion about girl wrestling. Christine, I really hate this microphone. About a girls wrestling team, pros and cons, and something just to put out there on the idea. And talking about Susquenita alumni, it's in the plans right now that Andrew Burgett, who graduated from here several years ago, is actually going to intern with me next spring for 15 weeks as an athletic director. He's going to York College for that. He's graduating. So we do have people coming back to, to participate here in the district.
I comment on that. That was always his goal, that athletic director. Yeah, I remember that.
And if you don't quite remember who he is, he was the Eagle Scout that built the press box out the baseball field.
Dr. Fox, can I just make note of one of our IT projects for the summer?
100%.
Our website is being updated, and we will be, I don't have a date yet, but it will be sometime in June. So please look forward to our new website, including our messaging program. So just so families and community members are aware, Contact 1 and Contact 2 for all students will automatically continue to receive any messages. I will be sending out information on how families can sign up for additional numbers or email addresses to be contacted. And then community members that have been receiving messages will have to sign up for the new application as well.
Thank you. Thanks for all your work on that project. It's certainly a tedious project when you're used to looking at a website and you're used to where information is, and then looking at it from a different lens, from a user perspective. Where would we like that functionality? It's a lot of steps and a lot of time to review it and to look at it not only from an aesthetic point of view, but from a user perspective. Thank you for that.
All right. At this time, are there any board members wishing to provide any reports or comments?
Yeah, I just had a couple things. As Mr. Quigley was talking, it dawns on me that we're going to be updating the athletic student code of conduct over the summer. And I also realize that the administrators at all the buildings are going to be updating their student handbooks, including fleshing out the dress code specifics per building, whatever, and then the board is going to be voting on those. So I'm just wondering, when that will happen. If we do that at the August board meeting, that might not give them time to disseminate the athletic code of conduct to students or to actually publish the handbooks, assuming that there might be comments. So we may want to look at a special board meeting sometime very early in August to discuss those matters, just so we don't have the administrators, hampered by a time crunch.
Sure. Our plan is to present those to you in caucus, and then that gives us ample time to review and to make any changes before they're voted on and adopted the following Tuesday. But if we needed to, we certainly can spin up any meeting if it's certainly at the will of the full board.
I think Mike's saying for a printing.
Oh,
guess-
we
yeah,
do
I guess
not
so.
print hard copies.
The other comment, I just wanted to thank the administration for a really well-organized and well-done commencement that I thought, made our district proud, as always. Very well done. And lastly, I'm going to be calling on Tina for help here. Lastly, our community theater is directing a production of The Addams Family, which has many of our student alumni in it, as well as current students, and alumni that are quite a bit older, as well as some recent graduates. And it's being directed by Lee Williams and Rosaria Wepley and others that are staff members here that work very hard. So I'd like to encourage everyone to come out, support our students, support our staff. I don't know the date, so that's why I'm counting on Tina to know when that is.
It's July 21st, it's that Saturday. So Friday, Saturday at 7, and then Sunday is a matinee at 2:30.
Starting
21st,
July
22nd, 23rd.
Yeah. So if you could come out and support these people, they work really, really hard, and they just appreciate as much support as they can get.
Let me make a comment on it. I went a couple of years ago when they did Nonsense, and it was like an all-star team of past Susquenita. Nonsense, it was all actresses in that case. Okay, but it was fantastic. These young women of various ages graduated over the years, and they were all terrific. And so they were all in the same production together, and it was just fantastic. I think it was the best production I ever saw here.
Yeah, it's the Addams Adams family, yeah.
All right, anybody else? Okay, at this time, do we have any public comments wish to be made? Please come up to the mic and let us know your name and where you reside.
Harry Wayne Biesecker from Wheatfield Township. I'm holding my iPad here in my hand, and on it I have the official field turf maintenance log. And it gives all the recommendations for what to be done to maintain our new stadium field. I'd like to know if this is being used. I don't feel that up until this point in time that the field has been maintained properly. And also, I would like to comment on the way the parking lot and the islands in the faculty parking lot out here in front of the high school look. I pulled in, and granted, I did this kind of work for a number of years. I noticed 8-10-inch buckhorn planting or ripple, whatever you want to call it, standing around. And I realize it's been dry, but I don't quite understand why it has to look that shaggy. To me, it's very disheartening, and I do not think that it reflects well to the community or the outside people who come to visit our facilities that our high school parking lot looks the way it does. In the future, I hope that if I come back and ask for a copy of the official field turf maintenance log, that it will be available. I feel we have made a sizable investment there, and I really want to see that it's being taken care of properly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm going to go ahead and comment, Mr. Biesecker, on the comment on the maintenance guide. I'm well familiar, and so is our team on that maintenance guide. It's approximately 43 pages. I've had the pleasure of reviewing that. Actually, our team has had the pleasure of not only being trained, but going to several webinars that have also existed as well on the maintenance, in particular, provided by that particular company, Field Turf. We have a good working relationship with the engineer who was the project manager of our field to discuss in addition to any needs that we may have. So we're both on the same page. We believe that is an incredible investment, an incredible facility for all athletes in our community to use. So yeah, absolutely, we echo the same thing. We want the exact same thing. We want to maintain it. We want to make sure that it's used. We want to use it in every aspect that we can. So 100%, we are definitely on the same page there. In addition to the comments about the grasses, I would echo what you're saying. It has been extremely dry. I believe this is the first day in several that we were out mowing today and getting our mowers out due to it's been incredibly dry, and that rain has been welcomed. So yep, we have some additional work to do throughout the campus, and like anything else, it's a big campus, you know that, and we certainly do our best. Thank you.
May I ask a question? Mr. Biesecker, you said you are under the impression that we are not taking proper care of the turf field or something along that line. Why would you say, what reason would you have to say that?
When you look at the chart, it says that the field's to be cleaned and brushed every 4 to 6 weeks. It went the entire fall sports seasons with multiple sports on that field, and it was not cleaned till this spring. This is very important that we maintain the right infill level and the cleanliness of the field to prevent infections being spread to the athletes that are playing on the field, as well as maintaining the proper depth of the infield so that our fibers last as long as possible. Otherwise, if the fibers start to get dispersed in low areas, you start breaking off that fiber, you start losing the life of the carpet. The carpet has a life of 10 to 12 years. Some fields that have been poorly maintained has gone out of use in 8 years. And as a taxpayer, I do not want to be looking down the road 8 years from now of the way inflation's going. It's going to cost as much, if not more, to put the new carpet down as what it did to install the whole field. This is my concerns.
All right, and we do not have anything additional online, so at this time, I will make a motion for adjournment. We will adjourn to a short executive session with no voting to occur afterwards.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
No.
And here, is there any discussion? All right, none opposed. Hearing none, motion